How did that conversation go with your parents?
We weren't really much in contact towards like the end of my nannying career.
Okay.
Anyways, we were living in the same town, but we didn't really talk much. I was on my own already. And I did OF, and they were told within 24 hours because like I'm on OF TV, so I did that. That's how I gained my followers in the beginning, and they heard about it pretty fast.
So someone just mentioned it to them. OnlyFans is that mainstream?
Someone like mentioned it to my parents, and they went like they lost it. Like within 24 hours, but I was happy that they found out then, because then it was like, oh, I have nothing to worry about like
But
now.
this is
Yeah.
even before you were doing anything super sexual, or were you just posting nudes at the time?
Yeah, it was like my first 24 hours. I just posted nudes. I had like a picture like front and back, no video even.
You
'Cause
barely made your page and find out. That's kind of crazy.
I've always been in trouble. I feel like everyone always like, they're like, oh, what is she doing now? And I'm like, honestly, this is what I'm thinking is like the best decision with a sober head. And
Yeah.
I'm still going with it.
Okay, but what was the source of your parents' rage? Just the fact that you were naked in general, or was it the fact that you weren't taking advantage of the opportunities that they felt like they had afforded you?
Yeah, probably the second option.
Yeah.
They were very in shock in a way because I grew up in a way that people like I chose to do this life. Like I always like deep down like wanted it for myself, but I felt like because of like how my upbringing was and my family, it was against them. But then like I can't live for anyone else anymore. So they definitely were like, why did you do this? Like you could have had all of this. And I was like, but that doesn't make me happy.
Yeah.
Like doing what I love makes me happy. And yeah, my father was the one they actually like a little what is it called? An ultimatum, not an ultimatum. They basically like knew when I was going to the gym and they were all waiting for me.
What, they
Yeah.
tried to do an intervention?
Yes, that's the
A
word.
porn intervention, guys. I've never heard of this before.
A nude photo intervention, because at
Yeah.
the time that's all it was.
A
Yeah.
nude invention.
Nude
Oh,
intervention.
yeah. But
Yeah.
okay. So what did they say once they caught you on the way into the gym? They like
I was walking
throw
out
you
of-
into a van or something?
Kinda.
They waterboarded you?
I basically like walked out of my apartment and I was like, it's 6 a.m, so I was like asleep still. And he was like right in front of me, and rage and anger and he was physical, but I moved past it because it was a father's reaction, and I know there's consequences for my actions, but
Right.
yeah, ever since then we just haven't been no contact. So
But how did you choose to approach it in terms of trying to make sense of it to him? Or was there a little bit of you that felt like, oh, maybe he's got a point, maybe I shouldn't be doing this? Or were you just like, nah, Dad, this is where I'm at?
I was like, I've made my decision. He's like, I'm taking everything away. I'm like, you can take it away because I can afford everything now. Like, it felt like
Yeah.
so empowering to me that I was like, oh, no one can control me anymore. Like, it was just like more like if I have to lose everything to get that, then that's okay with me.
So, devil's advocate, when you say I'm doing what I love, a lot of people who are less open-minded than me are probably sitting at home thinking, you love getting fucked, you love taking dick on camera. Like, what is it about it that you feel so strongly about that you love doing?
I think what I love, I've always loved like showing my body because I work out so much. So I feel like I always loved showing it in that way. And I've always been like a little promiscuous. So I feel like when I found like you can do this for money, I was like, why would I not do this?
Yeah.
And I always used to watch like the TikToks and the reels of like what everyone used to do. And I'm like, they look so happy. And I really relate to these people. So I feel like it gave me the confidence like to go into this thing because it is so taboo from what I was doing. But right when I started, I was like, I've never like, really felt like more like happy.
What were your first few like studio shoots like? You said you came out here and you did 4 right away.
Yeah, my first one was great. I shot with like New Sensations a lot, and they were a great experience. Two of them got on the box cover actually.
Oh wow.
I did like 4 scenes in like 2 of them. And my first scene I ever filmed was actually on my father's birthday, and that
Wow.
was my first box cover. So
Sorry,
I felt
Pops.
like full circle.
Jesus. So wait, how'd you even make the decision to start shooting mainstream?
I was doing OF for about 6 months, and I got successful at it. But it's like so boring by yourself, like in your apartment. I'm just talking to all these people. I want to like have interactions basically and like network to grow myself. And I applied for Motley Models, and then I got signed. I was supposed to shoot with Browsers, but then I kind of like got cold feet and I didn't go out. And then my agent reached out in December and was like, do you want to at least come to AVN and like at least see it from maybe that perspective? You'll feel like more confident about it. And I was like, sure, why not? Like, I packed like 1 suitcase with my dog. I brought my dog with me because I was like, maybe I won't come back. But I kind of in the back of my head, I'm like, no, I'll come back. I'll come back. But I'm glad I brought him because, yeah,
You haven't been back since.
I haven't been back since at all.
Wow.
Right. So, okay, but those experiences, would you say that you're excited about shooting mainstream porn, or did the shortness thing kind of get in the way of that?
The shortness kind of like gave it like a little bit of like a stump. Like I want to do this. Like I want to like be able to, but I never had like the tall opportunities. So yeah, that was like the
Yeah.
one hard
But
part.
probably a lot of the girls who shoot porn are not like super attracted to a large percentage of the guys that they shoot with, and they just do it anyway. Is there a part of you that's like, whatever, like I'm just gonna get used to shooting with these little guys?
I feel like I've done a lot of I always think I've done a lot of my time with like sleeping with guys, and I'm like, you know what, like I don't know why it took me to get to like literally living in the porn valley to realize I think maybe I'll be a little selective, because it's
Okay.
just like I'm like I gotta like watch how many more Italian almost in a way I feel like, and
There's
I
definitely
wanna
some
enjoy
tall
it.
dudes though too, right? Like when we're at AVN, I feel like I'm meeting a lot of big ass black dudes, and then maybe a lot of white guys who are not quite as tall. To be
Yeah.
fair,
Yeah, that's like what I need. I need to like get shooting more like with them,
you gotta
and
get mixed into the elite circles of the tall.
Yeah,
big
I feel
dick
like I don't know
guys,
how
right?
tall any of the performers are. I've never thought about it.
when you're 5'11", that's when
Yeah,
it
you
comes.
have to.
You're like the perfect height, because like everyone's always taller. So
Yeah.
I mean, it is a weird thing too, though, where if the taller you are, the bigger your dick needs to be to look big in comparison to your body.
Oh
That's true.
yeah, proportion. You're
Yeah.
right.
Very
Although
good point.
when it comes down to it, like if you see a shot of a girl sucking a dick, it's like you can't really see the entirety of his body.
Yeah.
So maybe it doesn't matter that much in porn. I don't know. How into the working out thing are you? And has that prepared you for porn?
I'm like very religious with my working out. I wake up every day for the past like 3 or 4 years, I would say at 4:30 in the morning, and I'm always at the gym by 5, 6.
Wow.
It's just like I love being in routine and a regiment, so I kind of like thrive off that, and I feel like it got me like it makes me like very confident going into like porn, because like you're bent in like all these different ways. So I'm like crunches because I don't know how I'm gonna look on camera.
Yeah.
So it's good motivation.
So since you're not shooting a lot for studios, are you just like collaborating with a lot of people out here?
I make most of my money on solo stuff, and then I have done 2 collabs so far. My first collab was with Kieran Lee, and then I did no. First was Johnny Sins, and then Kieran was 2 weeks ago.
Cool.
I've actually been celibate actually since I shot my last scene. Like I was not celibate by choice, but for 5 months, because I was like, I don't know how to do this like out here, and
Oh wow.
But no, Johnny Sins was the one to break that.
Wow. So you're just not really, are you not used to hooking up with guys in California, or are you trying to get more on the flow of that? Or?
I'm definitely trying to get more in the flow. I always say like the celibacy is like not by choice.
Yeah.
I'm just
Right.
like
Are you on any dating apps?
I am on a dating app.
Yeah.
I'm on Hinge.
Okay.
I
How's
had a
that
little
going?
luck there.
I've never been on Hinge. I used to be a Tinder and a Bumble guy back in the day.
Hinge is good. I like it. Went on one date since I was out here, and it was actually a really good time.
Do you break the I'm doing porn thing the first date, or do you wait?
I wait for them to kind of ask. Like
Okay.
my profile, this guy couldn't really tell until halfway through the date. I kind of just like don't say anything until like he's like, "Oh, so what do you do for work?" And I knew he was like, he wanted to ask the whole time, but like he didn't feel good enough or like confident enough to. And then after I told him, he was like, "Oh my God, that's like so cool." So it made me feel good. I'm like, "Oh, gives me some hope."
Was there a second date?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was he is the brother of a famous singer actually.
Yeah. Megan Trainor's brother.
It's right there.
I got it written down. Yeah.
Yeah, the second date I actually met Megan.
Really?
Yeah, that's how good the first date went.
So how was that?
It was interesting, and she never knew what my job was. Like that, the dates we were the few dates I had there, but it was a good time, especially at that house.
Yeah.
So you're getting introduced to the Hollywood Illuminati, and she is having a rare glimpse of the porn world, I guess.
Yeah, she had no idea either the whole time
Wow.
what I was.
That's tight. Okay, so you also said that you've never seen a full porn. Like, you're not really a fan of the art necessarily?
Since I got into porn, I got into the art of it, but like before porn, I was having an active sex life, so I felt like I was like younger and like never like understood it. But my last boyfriend was a swinger, so that's what got me open-minded into all this stuff as well, which helped.
Really?
I mean, have
Yeah.
you seen a full porn from start to finish where they're like doing all the big intro acting?
When I was a kid, when I was in high school, yes, because we
Oh.
would get VHS tapes and I would sit there and just watch the whole thing. But
Rewind it
now,
back.
as a grown up, I would definitely be like skipping through to each individual scene, because it's like if there's a blowjob scene, I don't want to watch 10 minutes of a blowjob. I want to watch like 2 seconds, 2 seconds.
That's really brief.
You know, I just like skip through it, so I'm just seeing like all the different poses and stuff, but I'm not really trying to like sit back and watch the whole thing. I don't know. I don't have that attention span
Yeah.
for porn specifically, or really anything.
Yeah, I always like kind of like when I'm like masturbating and stuff, it was always like kind of to myself in a way. Like I like doing it for like a mirror and things like that. And yeah, that's kind of like how I always was. But ever since I got into porn, it's all I see. Obviously, when I open up Twitter, so
Yeah.
I kind of have been like, oh my God, I haven't known about this, and like I feel like it's like a new toy and like in a way like
Yeah.
that I never used before until recently.
Right. You're actually working in the porn industry because you're what, like an assistant to Dave from Motley?
Yeah, I'm Dave's full-time assistant.
Okay.
I live at the Manor, and that's like the funny thing. Yeah, I've been living there ever since I got to LA.
Yeah, because Dave is one of the bigger agents in the game, so you're probably having like an up close view of exactly what it's like for girls working in the game, right?
Totally. I live at the house, so I get to see the girls like come in and out either when they're new and they stay at the Manor, and I get to help them with that. And it's just so fun. Like I see like all these new porn stars like all the time, like every week, and they're like stopping by at the house. So it's given me like a really great perspective of the industry and just seeing how like just nice all the girls are. Like I've never seen like so many people like just be so nice and just like everyone like hooks up and stuff. But it's just the most like nice thing ever, and you don't see this anywhere else. Can you imagine anyone else hooking up at any other point in your life and all the girls getting along?